Heartworms, fleas, and ticks, oh my. Nobody likes them, but they keep coming around. Keep watching. I have some facts and tips on how to protect your baby from these pesky pests. Welcome to Happy Hearts TV. Hey everybody, Wayne here. I'm a registered veterinary technician with a bachelor's in science and veterinary technology from the Fort Valley State University. I'm here to talk to you about heartworms, fleas, and different products you can use to protect your cats and dogs from getting them. So, Diarrhea or heartworms are passed along to each pet, each animal, by way of mosquitoes. Microflora, which are the baby worms, are injected into the bloodstream of these unsuspected hosts. They swim through the vessels, causing damaged red blood cells as well as damaging the vessel walls. As these babies mature, the damage can cause clotting, scarring, and narrowing of these vessels. It takes about 6 months from the initial injections phase, from when the mosquito actually injected the pup or the kitten, and from that phase it goes through a larvae stage, and then it turns into adult worms. This whole process takes about 6 to 7 months. So, with the appearance of cooked spaghetti, heartworms can reach about 10 to 12 inches, and these pests can reproduce really rapidly, sometimes reaching up to 200 worms. Imagine the damage done to your heart with all of those worms inside. When things get really bad, some of the common symptoms you might see is coughing, abdominal swelling, decreased appetite, appetite loss, and blood clotting problems as well. Heartworm disease is one of the most common diseases in the United States, and it has been reported in dogs in all 50 states. But it is not a contagious disease, and it can't be spread from animal to animal. The only way for another animal to get it is if a mosquito bites the infected animal and then goes along to an uninfected animal and then injects them with the microflora, which is the baby heartworms. So remember, whether or not it's warm or it's cold outside, keeping your pup or your kitten on heartworm prevention can be very helpful to them because mosquitoes are resilient creatures. They will fly into your house, find some shelter, find some warmth, especially on those warmer days. They will come inside of your house. So you want to keep your pets on heartworm prevention year round. Now, how do you test for heartworms? So you go to your veterinarian. There is a blood test that is required to do at least once a year in order for you to get heartworm prevention. They will obtain a blood sample, either send it off, or they can also do a snap test right there in house. If you have missed any of the dosages that you are supposed to give to your pup, it's recommended not to go above 3, of course. Sometimes we may forget, sometimes things happen and we don't give them the prevention that they deserve or that they need. Getting them back on a prevention schedule, that's what's going to help. That's what's going to kill those baby worms, and so that they can continue to be heartworm free. So next, fleas, or the most common one that we see, the cat flea, Ctenocephalides felis. Ctenocephalides felis. Ctenocephalides felis. The cat flea. This is the common flea that we see on cats, dogs, rabbits, other species of animals, especially if they are in domesticated areas. Now, in order to understand how to control these little pests, you should also be willing to learn all that you can about them. A heavy infestation of fleas can cause a lot of other issues. Now, the cat flea is not selective on its host, so they can jump from different hosts, and infecting, reproducing, and just going bonkers everywhere. So you definitely want to keep up on flea prevention. So common things we see from fleas is flea allergic dermatitis, flea anemia, feline infectious anemia, cat scratch fever, and your common tapeworm infections. Most people have no idea that fleas can kill your pets, so you want to keep them up on flea prevention. It is obvious that fleas are blood-sucking insects, but most people never put it together that enough fleas can cause life-threatening blood loss. So what do I use to protect them from fleas and heartworms? Once a month, give your cat or your dog their prevention, unless you use different products that I will explain, like the Seresto collar, which you can only which lasts for 8 months, Bravecto, which lasts for 3 months, and ProHeart 6, which is an injection that lasts for 6 months. So most of the prevention, again, is monthly. So you have to give them a pill or a tablet or chewable once a month, or even a topical, put it between their shoulder blades or at least at the base of their neck, so they can't turn around and lick it off. Always get it prescribed by a veterinarian. You don't want to get over-the-counter products because they don't come with a guarantee that they will always work. And some companies, if it shows that you've been prescribed prevention by a veterinarian and something happens to where your dog or your cat, gets heartworms, they will pay for the treatment. So every vet has their favorite, and all the products work in different ways. Sometimes they will kill the adult pests, sometimes they'll kill the eggs and the larvae as well, sometimes they will just neutralize them so that they can't reproduce. There are products that are just for heartworms, there are products that are just for fleas, and there are products that work together, and we call those the combination prevention. It's really all about what protection is needed, what's easiest on the owners to give, and if it works in your budget. There are a lot of products that are a lot cheaper, and then there are a lot of products that are a lot more expensive, just because of the different things that they do. My personal preference is oral prevention, just because you know that they're getting it, you know that they're ingesting it. You don't have to give it to them for another month. So this means like your Trifexis, your Heart Guard, your Next Guard, your Sentinel, your Interceptor, products like that to protect from heartworms and fleas. There are topical combination preventions that protect from heartworm and fleas and ticks and intestinal parasites. So like your Advantage Multi and your Revolution for cats, they can help out. I always just stay on the side of caution, just because you don't want it to put it on and then they rub, or they roll on the ground, or they get dirty and they need a bath, and then it becomes ineffective. So remember, putting it on the base of their neck or between their shoulder blades. Allow it time to dry before releasing them. Topical flea prevention includes but not limited to like your Frontline or even Bravecto for cats. The Bravecto is really cool because it lasts for 3 months rather than just 1 month. So if your vet carries that, I definitely recommend it. It's less stress on them and it's less stress on you, and all you have to do is just give it 4 times a year. So next you have your oral combination preventions. So like your Trifexis and your Sentinel, these guys protect against from heartworms, fleas, ticks, and intestinal parasites. They also help out because, these more than likely are on the more expensive side, just because of the amount of things that they get. But you know that they are getting well protected and you don't have to give multiple products. Then there's your oral heartworm prevention, so your Heart Guard, Tri-Heart, Ivorheart Max, and Interceptor Plus. These are all pretty good products. I definitely recommend. If you were looking for any type of combination, I always recommend Heart Guard and Next Guard, just because you're getting your heartworm preventative as well as intestinal parasites, and then Next Guard does fleas, but it also does some ticks as well. And your oral flea prevention includes but not limited to Next Guard, Sentinel, and Bravecto for dogs. So the Bravecto for dogs is oral and the Bravecto for cats is topical, both of which last for 3 months. So it definitely helps out and is less stressful for you. Another cool product that's out there that you can ask your veterinarian to see if they have is ProHeart 6. ProHeart 6 is an injection that's given in different spots throughout the year, but you only have to give it twice a year just because it lasts for 6 months. You still have to continue flea prevention, but you don't have to worry about heartworm prevention. And again, a lot of them already have the dewormer aspect in it. So whipworms, roundworms, hookworms, and tapeworms. Nasty. What are your dogs on? Well, they're on HeartGuard or NexGuard. That is my favorite products to use. I've never seen an issue with it. They eat it. It's like a treat. It's like a little meaty chewable tablets, and they love it. And they're like, give me more, but I'm like, no, because it needs to last. So remember, guys, the American Heartworm Society recommends year-round heartworm prevention for cats and dogs. So listen to the professionals, and the number one tip you must always remember is to be consistent, okay? Be consistent. So all in all, we want you to protect your pup and your cat from heartworms, fleas, intestinal parasites, ticks, mites. We want you to protect them from all of these little parasites. It will save you a lot of money in the long run and a lot of stress as well. But always remember, consult your veterinarian and see which is the best option for you. So I want to wrap this up with a Q&A. First question, when does my pet need heartworm prevention? Year-round, okay? Year-round. Even though it gets cold, mosquitoes will always be out there. They will be rampant and they will get into your house. So just because your dog doesn't go out the house or outside or anything like that, you want to make sure that they stay up on heartworm prevention. So keeping them on heartworm prevention year-round is imperative. Are heartworms able to be transmitted between pets? The answer is no. But if dog A has heartworms and a mosquito comes and bites dog A and then goes on to dog B and bites dog B, now dog B has heartworms, okay? So it's not able to go from dog A to dog B, but mosquitoes are the bridge. So cutting down on mosquitoes cuts down on heartworms. What happens if I miss a dose? So it takes 6 months from the initial contact from a mosquito with the pup for the microfilaria to turn into adult heartworms. So you don't want to miss any month, but if you do, I definitely recommend, especially if it hasn't gone past 3 or 4 months, just continue to dose. Why do I need to do a blood test in order to get heartworm prevention? So if your dog or your cat already has heartworms and we give it heartworm prevention, the heartworm prevention will actually cause illnesses and it can cause death. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you got something from this. Definitely take heed of the information that was given so that your cats and dogs are protected from heartworms and fleas. You don't want to deal with that. It gets super expensive. And yeah. Shout out to I Am My Brand on Instagram. At I Am My Brand. All right, here to bless Happy Hearts Pet Care Services with some new threads. Oh, feels great. Feels loose. So if you're looking for a pet sitter, groomer, training, or dog walker, or even some consulting in the Atlanta area, hit your boy up at Happy Hearts Pet Care ATL on Instagram and Happy Hearts Pet Care Services on Facebook. I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have, and if you need me, I am mobile, so I can definitely come to you. I hope you learned a couple of things. I hope you liked the video. Definitely comment below. Let me know how I did. If there's anything I would need to touch up on, as well as what you would like to see in the upcoming future. Definitely taking on ideas. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you continue to rock with me. Subscribe. Let me know how everything is. We'll go from there. Thank you again, guys. See you later.